Passover is coming, and if your house is just like mine, there's a lot of stress in the air. Clean the house, get ready for the guests. Going to host a Seder, we're going to be at somebody else's place for the Seder. The Seder, wow, that's a long experience. Sit in the Seder, go through the 4 cups of the wine and the matzah and the maror, and there's always going to be someone at the Seder table that has so many extra insights to offer, more than anyone else, that's going to drag the Seder on for hours. But if we focus just on the body of the Passover experience, we may find that it's tedious and tiresome. If we focus on the soul of the Passover experience, we'll find that it's inspirational. Let me share with you one soul thought about the Passover Seder. For almost 2,000 years, we haven't offered a Passover sacrifice, yet an integral part of the Seder is remembering the Passover sacrifice. We have the shank bone or the zroa on the Seder plate, and we read about the sacrifice that was brought so many years ago. Why do we spend so much time talking about it, to the extent that some say that if we don't talk about the sacrifice, we haven't fulfilled our obligation? As with everything, you'll know, there are many, many explanations. More than one, and more than I can share with you in the next couple of seconds. But one that I'd like to share, which I think is relevant not only to our Passover experience, but to our daily experience as Jews in this world. The sacrifice was obligated to be brought as an offering directly burnt on a fire, roasted over an open flame, not in a pot, without any water, roasted over an open flame. Interesting detail, but why is it so relevant to us? See, water represents something which is brings together. Fire tears apart. Water is calm, it's cool, it's collected, it's drawn downwards. Fire is the exact opposite. It's exciting. It's vibrant. It pulls things apart and it always reaches upwards. Our life has to be like fire. It can't be like water. If we're like water, we're drawn downwards. If we're like water, we're contained. And that is not what a human being is supposed to be. A human being is supposed to be alive. A human being is supposed to be vibrant, passionate. That's how we should live as Jews, and that's how we should live as human beings in this world. And that's a lesson that we learn from one detail of the Passover sacrifice. Although we don't offer it today, we can learn some important information. When the sacrifice was brought, it was eaten together with matzah. And that's part of the obligation, the way it's described in the Torah. And in our Seder, every year we eat matzah. But if you think about it for a second, the first obligation to bring a sacrifice, and also the first obligation to eat matzah, was before they actually left Egypt. Didn't we always learn that we eat the matzah because they were rushing out of Egypt and they didn't have time to let the bread rise, and so they just took the dough without letting it rise and baked it into matzah and ran out? Well, here, before they were even told they're leaving, they're already eating the matzah with the sacrifice. Well, tune in next time, and you'll learn why we really eat matzah and what's the secret ingredient in our matzah today.